What happened to the mainsail? We're sailing really fast at the moment. My best guess is like...
I'm still in the lead. Oh, it's super dark. This was more scary than I expected. Really don't like sailing in the dark. I'm super tired.
No, he had potential to do well. Okay, but the Farriers might be faster.
Briefing meeting, Silverrudder.
First of all, it's the huge challenge of actually getting a ticket. You know, we saw that in 35, 36 minutes this year.
Why do you want to sail the largest solo race in the world without sleep for 30 hours in the darkness? I will try to answer that in this video. If you have any questions about the race, please comment below and I will try to answer them.
Two ways of doing it. You can win this race, the 2024 Silverrudder, by just being the fastest boat to circumnavigate through. Or you can be the real monster and beat some of these guys.
Preparation for the start in 3 hours. Perfect weather, sunny, wind from east.
Yes, I have actually four.
Four?
Yeah, and the one which I have there, I can retract, shift, and pull forward again. So
All that without autopilot?
yes.
How jealous will you be when I sit in my cozy chair here?
Definitely jealous, and I would say this year I think we might actually compete in the very light weather because this boat has a soaking mode. I have to go about 8 knots before I really can push up and accelerate.
It
So
could
that's
be a lot of light wind. Then I will move my weight forward and go super fast.
I would say so too. So this seat goes as well.
Yeah, okay. But how was the night when you was sleeping inside a small cabin?
Well, it got troubled when the girls came.
Perfect. I need to see if you have a life jacket on board.
Yeah.
Perfect. A harness. Great. And the safety lines. Vision lights.
No way to use this boat for any comfort. So it goes about go fast around than you have a fair chance to kind of have a decent tour because there is no comfort at all.
I will try to give you some some few minutes. At least we start at the same time.
Thank you.
It's okay. Yeah. Tell me if the water starts to come in.
I think we're okay.
You ready for a race?
Yes, I'm ready. Yeah.
I can see. Don't hide the beer.
I'm only taking one beer for the race.
I think Jens trying to give us too many beers.
Yeah.
All tricks allowed. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think would be the fastest boat
Now
around?
you have a camera on.
Yeah. I put you on the spot.
I think it's a Dragonfly.
Yeah. Will you talk from the brand or from your heart here?
So compared to the lighter trimarans, it would be tough. Even though this is the carbon version, it would be tough for it to. If we had light wind conditions, very light wind conditions, this would be very fast and would be possibly the fastest boat.
And the catamaran then? What do you think about that?
You don't the Clumsy Dumsy.
Yeah.
But it's pretty fast.
Yeah.
It looks like a Clumsy, but it's
pretty fast.
it is faster faster than you think.
No one will capsize this year, right?
Not with this weather forecast.
No, okay. Which is the best wind condition for this boat and reaching and not too much. Will you pull down the sea foils then? Show us some special things.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing. So it's a remote, so you can change the angle with a remote.
5 degrees.
Okay. For boat geeks, this is really cool. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. The first 5 starts are keelboats, and here is Keelboat Medium. Huge start with over hundreds boats in this start. Some boats here were very unlucky and hit the ground. If you hit the ground and cannot get from the place with only sails, then you are disqualified, sadly. Here, Keelboat Large with 95 boats on the starting line. This maybe be the crowdest because they are so big. Then we come to Multihull Small, where I am starting. I will mix in some video of the official broadcast here because it was very good.
Let's talk about the one at the top of the list there. Christopher Kidborn. He's sailing his Corsair Dash 750. And he's an interesting guy. He's sailing a pink boat.
Yeah.
He's a really colourful guy. Last year he dove all the way down from Sweden.
Yes.
And he actually did a really cool film about the Silverrudder. He flew his drone to the Thuesen. He rented a boat and was filming from here. An amazing Swedish accent in his commentary. I love that guy. You know, Christopher, it's great to see you on the water. If you get to see this film, it's great to see you on the water participating. I actually wanted to Shanghai him to do some reporting coverage, some reporting for us because he's got a talent for it. I can actually see him just down there.
Exactly.
So anyway,
as possible,
that was the start of the small multi-hull Silverrudder 2024. One must say that's a very conservative start.
It is.
But look at the speed of those boats accelerate. Look at the Dragonfly 25 and the Diam24 with Bastiansen on it.
Looks fantastic.
I mean, they've gone literally from 2 knots.
You can see here I'm doing a very conservative start, almost last in the start, but it's a very long race and I didn't want to mess it up in new water that early. Everyone came from port here, and but I managed to pass just before the starboard boats there.
That's just really impressive, but he must know everything about it, also working with the Dragonflies. You know, he looks like an experienced guy. I think these boats are going to have a tremendous race. It's going to be interesting to see because, I don't know, they might have a little bit of trouble keeping it down around here where we saw some of the other boats have to tack earlier. So we'll see if they'll be able to keep it or they'll have to tack. I suspect they'll have to tack. Look at it, up on the beam with pontoon there, just flying away. That's amazing.
I don't know if you can see at the bottom. I mean, if you just see the boat lifting out of the water, ladies and gentlemen, once in a while you see that boat has noticed it doesn't provide any righting moment.
Here you can see me to the left. I wanted to start in the middle of the starting line to avoid do any packing. Yeah, I passed just before the Farrier 82 with the Ulf here. He had to tack once at least. Very gusty here in Svendborg Sund, and you can see Brian with the Dragonfly 25 Sport gets a really good gust and catching up and passing me quite easily.
Exactly. We'll talk about them in due course. Let's look at the mainsail of Christopher's boat.
Yeah.
Johan, you just go down to the pink and white boat on your right hand side, on your starboard side.
Yeah,
there you go, thank you. Look at that mainsail, Johan. What do you think? Looks like he's been to, I was going to say he's been in the war, but you have to be careful these days. What happened to, ask him what happened to his mainsail.
I would definitely say that we're looking at an experienced sailor here. I'll just ask him what happened. What happened to the mainsail? Everything. He says everything. Everything.
We can hear him. That's brilliant. Yeah, it looks like he's had a tough voyage down here. Well, He's a really, really cool guy, Christopher. We'll look forward to seeing him and how he performs. That isn't the fastest of the boats on the course, is it, Peter?
If what again?
It
sorry?
isn't the fastest of the boats on the course, is it? It's the smallest of the multi-hulls, isn't it?
I think it's 750, it's 7.5 meters long, so it's quite close to our Dragonfly 25s and the Dragonfly 800 also participating. So no, he has the potential to do well.
Okay.
But the Farriers might be faster. Yeah.
What, are they lighter, do you think?
They are lighter. Yeah. In general and compared to the sail area. Yeah.
Here is André Betts in the Farrier 82. And in the bottom right is Günther with the Dragonfly 800 swing wing. That's a fast boat as well. We leave Svendborg Sund and go out into more open water, and everyone starting to go upwind and doing some tacks. Jacob Haber sailing his Diam96 here, carbon fiber edition. He's in the multihull large and starting to catch up with the smaller boats further on. The last Dragonfly 25 in the multihull small going upwind here. You can see he has the code 0 furled in, but he has it on the front of the jib. I don't like that. I usually take it down, but doing pretty well. Been sailing for about 2 hours, and right now on reaching close to upwind, and doing 7 knots right now, between 7 and 7.5. Starting to catch up with some bigger boats or smaller boats, I don't know, other boats. The other trimarans most of them are in front of me here, but also the big boys with the Dragonfly 40s coming here as well. Pretty nice wind, couldn't ask for more. So far so good. Sitting in my comfortable seat most of the time. Right now going for autopilot. Wind is dropping a bit, need to fix that. Here comes Kermit and Farrier 82 Performance Sport Pro Ultra Max. Not so far behind. Much lighter wind now. It's going pretty good. Close. Looking fantastic. Here comes another fast trimaran. Is it the Farrier as well? Maybe that is the Farrier. Yeah. Pretty light wind. Super light wind. Here is the good-looking Diam96 again. I talked to Jacob and he told me that he aborted the race soon after this because his autopilot failed or broke down. Everyone is standing almost. Exactly. Dinner time! What is it today? Spaghetti bolognese. Really luxury meal today. Perfect time when it's light wind to eat something. I come to the Big Belt Bridge. Will I be able to pass it? Is my mast too high? Will I make it? Be a close one. I make it! Oh, I will make it! We are on the bridge. Will it work? Yeah, perfect. We did it. Oh. We were lucky. I'm still in the lead. Very lucky under the bridge and lucky upwind. Perfect. But now I think the other trimarans will come pretty fast. But so far I'm in the lead. The sun is down. I was just passed by the Diam24 with Anders Bastiansen. Really fast boat, so now I may be on second place or third place. I don't know. I don't see any other trimarans, however. Sunset, time to light up the lanterns. Very nice. 9-10 knots, very good angle. Sun going down very soon. Still in the lead, I think. Finally, some downwind sails. I have pulled up the centerboard a bit, the daggerboard, going against the northern part of Thuesen and around. Lots of boats here. Lantern is on. I don't see any trimarans or catamarans, but maybe it's one here somewhere. Soon it's getting dark. I have my lifeline to not flip in the water. Time to rest. Maybe some food for the evening. Some last meal. Let's see what the kitchen have to offer today. Now the Diam24 comes here with Anders Bastiansen in very good speed. I can't keep up with that. Full moon! It's very, very dark, going between 6 and 10 knots. Soon in the Little Belt. You can't see anything. The moon is up, but that doesn't help too much. Super dark. Really don't like sailing in the dark. I realize now. Difficult for autopilot, so I have to hand steer everything. Pretty okay wind, but yeah, maybe no Silverrudder after this dark, foggy night. In Little Belt, can you see anything? No, it's super dark. Going 7-8 knots, code 0, jibing back and forth here. Some traffic going on as well. I don't know if you can see. Full moon at least. There it is. This was more scary than I expected. They're going pretty fast. Taking over some other boats. Okay, I need to stop. The night is over. It was super dark, foggy, but pretty good wind. Did good progress in Lilla Belt, Small Belt. Now we're closing into the finish. Maybe 3 hours or something like that left. I'm super tired already now. Will I do this again? Very unsure. It was a very long night. Very dark and a lot of boats and other shit you have to handle. So yeah, I don't know. It was more rough than I expected. Nice morning, sunrise. I will take down the code maybe, and oh, worst night ever. I need 12 cup of coffee just to finish, I think. Let's see if I manage, or if I crash into something, or if I crash here, or fall asleep. "90 minutes to go here. A pretty good upwind, but lots of tacking. A good breeze with good speed, about 7 knots. Rudiger Schwarz in his red Dragonfly 25 Sport just before me here. And you can also see the catamaran, the Maldives 32 with Brian. Finish line for Gecko and the catamaran with Brian. Just like he said, don't underestimate Clumsy Dumsy, it's faster than you think. After 24 hours and 50 minutes I managed to finish my first Silverrudder in Svendborg, Denmark. Finish line! I'm finisher! 2 minutes ago. Really hard work, the last piece, and the ferry came just when it shouldn't, and that's lots of chaos under the bridge. Oh, this was the worst race ever. Super tough, and now I need to put the boat to port. Talk later.
Your first Silverrudder, you finished?
I finished, but it was so much tougher than I expected. I was not prepared for it. It was long, it was foggy, it was dark, so many boats and bridge, and it's shallow water, and it was so tough.
So, are you coming back?
Yeah, I'll come back. I'll come back. Maybe not next year, but when I rested. Really tough race, but a greater arrangement.
Thanks.
Amazing.
We'll look forward to having you back.
Yeah, thanks.
Perfect, thanks.
The winner and the fastest boat overall was Jens Quorning with his Dragonfly 40. 25 minutes later came Anders Bastiansen in Diam 24. And Günther is doing a remarkable achievement with his 30 years old Dragonfly 800 swing wing. So, what really happened to the mainsail, you wonder? I was out sailing with Jan Andersen, you know, the guy with the black boat. And Jan, he had heard a story about the mermaid and a treasure and some pirates. Bloody pirates and a shark. We were going south when suddenly on a desert island